You gotta let the people know about your dad and how he came to this country and all that, man. People gotta know that story.
Motherfucker swam.
Listen. We'll end on that. Let's end on that.
Motherfucker swam.
So tell everybody. I don't even think people realize that you're a Cuban American.
Yeah, go and tell that story.
I thought I was black.
No, you're not black.
I thought he was mixed, black and white.
Yeah. So yeah, let's hear the story right quick. Where you from? Where your dad's from? How he got here to the States and all that.
My dad. Well, I mean, Cuba's fucked up right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone's seen that.
Yeah.
I mean, let's start off with this. It's fucked up. I can't even send my own family money.
Yeah.
Because they closed off everything, so I can't even send them money.
Yeah.
And even with the money they do have, they cannot buy anything because there's literally nothing to buy.
Mm.
Money is literally just a fucking piece of paper right now.
Mm.
Mm.
That's sad.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad's from Santiago de Cuba. I mean, there's a lot of world champions from there. There's a lot of Olympic gold medalists. You know, that and Guantanamo have the most medalists in the entire, and they're right next to each other. They're 45 minutes away.
He ran through the system, didn't he? Like boxing wise.
He's 3-time national champion. He's from he's from Trocha.
Yeah.
A lot of Enrique Corrion, Emilio Correa, a lot of fighters came from over there, you know? A lot of them.
I follow Emilio.
Yeah. That's the gym where my dad's from. My dad was a little bit older, you know, than them, you know, but that's the gym where they're from.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are a lot of good fighters. Regan Dial's he's from a mountain. Ugas from there over there too.
Yeah.
And from Santiago. They're all from Santiago, you know?
And your dad swam over here.
Well, my dad, right? He tried to escape the first time.
Yeah.
And they put him in prison for 2 years, and they only fed him a spoonful of rice twice a day and a cup of sugar water.
Yeah.
For a month straight, that's what they fed him. Nothing else.
Yeah.
When he had got out, he was out for about 3 weeks, and one of his friends, like, they give you day passes, especially if you're not doing like like violent crimes or something.
Mm-hmm.
They give you day passes so you go see your family, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So one of his friends was out on a day pass, and he's like, I got to leave this place. So they got up, they packed all their shit, and they left. My dad didn't tell anyone but my godfather.
Mm.
My godfather, he asked my godfather if he wanted to go. My godfather said no. He gave my dad some money. And he went over. They're in the forest for about 2 days.
Wow.
And then from there, they had to wait for it to go dark before they started swimming in the ocean.
Yeah.
Over there by Guantanamo, where Guantanamo Bay is, just over there in the bay, they swim across the bay.
Right.
My dad swam. If you don't do it at night, they shoot you on sight because they'll see you.
Mm-hmm.
And he swam across, you know, and his friend died. His friend drowned.
Mm.
And my dad made it to the other side, and you know, he was hiding out, you know, and he see that a sign in English, and he knew it was in America. Well, he knew it was in Guantanamo Bay.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's his story, you know. And there's countless stories of it like that, you know.
Yeah.
Some people, they do it on a raft.
Yeah.
Some people, they do it swimming. One of my dad's other friends did it swimming as well, you know.
Yeah.
But that's how everyone was escaping in the original time, you know.
Yeah.
And you know,
go ahead.
You know, luckily, you know, you make it on American soil, you're considered a political prisoner, and you know they give you papers, green card. Well, not anymore because of other political things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, my dad said that when he was on the base, they treated him really good.
Mm-hmm.
That their soldiers were really nice to him.
Mm. And listen, I always said, I haven't started doing it yet, but I always said when I have children, I'm going to always take my children back home to where I'm from in Cleveland. And even more heartbreaking is the fact that the house that I actually grew up in back home is like demolished and gone now. But I always said that I would take my kids back because even though they're not from there, They need to know that where they come from, where I come from, and everything that they have. They need to know where it started, where it began. And so, and I'm an extension of my dad. My dad did not allow me to grow up the way that he grew up. He grew up, going back to the story that you told, where, hey, when there's a group of guys on one side of the street, you cross over and walk on the other side of the street. My dad literally had to cross over and walk on the other side, because if he didn't, it was going to be a scrap. Somebody was going to get hurt. And 9 times out of 10, it wasn't going to be him, So my dad didn't want me to grow up like that. But my dad allowed me to see what was going on. And he said, this is why I took you out of here, because I don't need you to go through that. And I intend to do the same things with my kids. And I want to know how you feel about that story about your dad. If you use that story as, even though you didn't go through it, and essentially he went through it so that you wouldn't have to. How do you look at that story that you just told us?
Well, I mean, I'm grateful I didn't have to swim across an ocean,
No doubt.
But it doesn't matter where you're from. We all go through our own wars,
Yeah.
I mean, where I'm from in Vegas, I'm from Northtown. I'm from downtown Vegas, Northtown. It's not a good area either. I mean,
right.
I've seen people get shot in front of me. I've been shot at. I've been shot at twice for running.
Yeah.
So it's not as far as like that goes. It's. I mean, we're all from bad areas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what boxing is.
Mm-hmm.
That a lot of boxers, they come from bad areas.
Right.
But I've lived in Cuba.
Mm.
I lived in Cuba for 8 months when I was 7 years old, so I really got to know the culture. I got to know, my family and all that stuff. I lived there for a long time, went to school there.
Mm-hmm.
And I go there a lot, I know the country pretty well,
Yeah. Okay.
It's like, it's like when Michael, right, in The Godfather, right, he went back to Sicily after he had murdered Salazar, right?
Mm-hmm.
He got to see what his family country is,
Right.
That's how it is.
Right.
So, I mean, I did get to see Cuba. I know what Cuba's like.
Mm-hmm. You have pride in what your dad was able to do.
Of course. I mean, what my dad was able to do is impressive,
It's unbelievable.
I mean, he risked his life to get the out of that country.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to explain. It's like he always wanted to go back. He doesn't like being here.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't let him go back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the sad part.
Mm-hmm.
His happiness is over there.
Mm.
And he cannot go back. So, I mean, to me, it's not really, to me, it's sad,
Yeah.
But if he never came here, I'd never been born.
Yeah.
Nor my sister,
Yeah.
So it's a weird situation with that. How I feel about that. I got mixed emotions about that.
I'm just glad you were able to tell that story on this podcast. I know the story. I didn't know it at length the way that you just told it, but when people look at you and they say, "Oh, he ain't got experience. He wasn't an Olympian. He ain't got no amateur experience. He didn't win national tournaments, so on and so forth." Now I'm pretty sure they're going to have more respect for who you are as a fighter and as a man. And that's the point of this Porterweight podcast, is so that people understand that we're athletes. We try to do things at the highest level, but at the end of the day, we're still human and we have our own lives to live. We got battles that we fight in and out of the ring. Y'all just see it on fight night, So behind the glitz and glamour, there's always a little bit of struggle. And I'm glad that you were able to make it through your struggles and be a great extension of who your father grew you up to become. So congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, man, we appreciate you coming on the show today too.
No doubt.
Talking that craziness.
I tell you, man, if people knew the full story,
yeah,
they'd have so much more respect. But it's better if they don't,
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's better. One day, one day it'll come,
Yeah.
But nobody knows the full story,
I've said that about myself.
And Rolly, I seen Shawn say you're gonna take his kids back. One day I seen the other day you say you have some kids. So Are you going to take Javante and Devin back to Cuba?
They'd get their ass whooped by every single little Cuban boxer over there.
Oh man!
All right, we're gonna let them go.
They're gonna get their ass whooped by every Cuban boxer over there.
I didn't think it was going to go that way.
I'm gonna just say it like this: there's a few up and coming guys over there. Shit, right now.
Yeah. Well, hey,
Cuba or the U.S.
Wait, what?
You rooting for Cuba or U.S. when they're boxing in the Olympics?
I'm gonna just say it like this: Andy Cruz is Keyshawn Davis's dad.
Oh, come on!
He's whooped that motherfucker like 6 times.
I told y'all we should have got him off. I told y'all.
Not this time. You'll see.
And like, I'm gonna tell you like this. I mean, I give 2 shits about that because I don't really. It has nothing to do with me. I'm just saying it's gonna be an ass whooping again.
Nah, this is like Pacquiao Mark.
I got Keyshawn getting it this time, but
hey, yeah, I got Keyshawn getting it too. Hey, Roller, we gonna let you go on that note, man. You done hit the soft spot.
I get rolling.
Hey, have a good one, boss.
I'm sorry. It's not like it didn't happen like 6 times prior.
Dang.
We gonna get into that, but we'll talk to you later. All right, boss.
Catch you.
all right, Rolly.
What's up? I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Ant. Follow me on IG, Ant with 2 T's. Let's do it. Let's do it again.
All right. Just introduce yourself.
Okay.
And then you tell them what to do. I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Anthony Brenagh.
Carson A. Merk. Like, subscribe, comment.
This is the Porter Way.